We are live. Hello, everyone. This is the Atheist Ranger. This is a Drunken Hangout, and yes, I am drunk. We have Atheism TV. We have the
Hello.
very well-known Wolf King, and of course we have John the Atheist. How are all of you doing tonight?
Excellent.
Doing all right.
Alrighty, awesome. So, what are y'all up to tonight?
I'm slightly burned.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I just recently found this site called Chatterbait live sex shows, and it's pretty good. They have
Fucking
quite a few
awesome.
nice girls. So I just found your notice for the Hangout because the girl just finished and shut it down. So kind of like serendipity there, good timing.
Any lesbian hangouts? Because I love lesbians.
Oh yeah, they got lesbians. Yeah, they got pretty
perfect.
much
Sweet.
everything legal. They got.
Okay, well, so as long as it's legal.
Yeah, nothing like nothing even like say simulating violence. I don't think that would like a simulation of things wouldn't be allowed. But yeah, like it isn't just girls. So for people with the other inclinations, yeah, they've got that.
Yeah.
I like lesbians. Sometimes, like I don't think I'd ever be into lesbians completely, but every once in a while, for a change, yeah, the lesbians can be really good for me.
Well, I'm a huge fan of damn it, what was that show called? The L Word. I'm a huge fan of the L Word. But yeah, I just got done watching like a crazy set of videos, and fucking Raphael Cruz had the balls to sit there and say that the separation of church and state in America is a myth.
Yeah, it's hard to Satanic Temple.
Oh my god, just the stupidity of these people. It just irks the fuck out of me. Really does.
Yeah, that's one that comes up a lot, right? They definitely have a problem with that our government would actually be secular, so they're constantly trying to say that it's not. That even like that they'll try to claim like by the Constitution it says endowed by our Creator. That means it is. But they don't even say a God believing nation. They say that makes us a Christian nation, right? Even though a lot of those the founding fathers,
Right.
and then a few of them, or more than a few, actually became president later. They all, like a lot of them, I think, like say John Adams,
Yes,
and then
definitely yes.
say
Thomas
again,
Jefferson.
right? They weren't
Thomas
like,
Jefferson.
yeah, Thomas. They weren't. They didn't consider themselves atheists, but like deists, right? Which I've seen now some different definitions of deists, but apparently, their kind of deism was they definitely believed in the creator, but then a creator God of the universe and the earth and the human race, but not a God that is still involved. So like he created and then
Right,
that's it.
right. Sure. I mean, and I don't even think the Constitution even say anything about God. I think that's the Declaration of Independence, and that, I mean, like the Constitution is like secular law. I mean, we're constitutionally secular as a country. I mean, like the Declaration of Independence was just like a declaration. And even then, it said like to you know protect these rights. Governments are instituted by men.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, unfortunately I can
Oh,
get those
well.
mixed up. Oh, sorry, Range, I'll be
Sorry.
quick. I get embarrassed to admit it. I get them mixed up, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. That shouldn't still be happening for me. But in any, but they'll still cite both, right?
it's fine. It's fine. Common mistake. It's all right. It's just that, typically speaking, you'll find some Christian nationalists will use the Declaration, to like say that this is a Christian nation, but that's it has nothing to do with the constitutional law.
Yeah.
And even if it did, I mean, so what? They made it clear that the governments are instituted by men. So
Right.
kind of a relevant thing. That in the Treaty of Tripoli says clearly that this is. It made it clear to a foreign Islamic nation that this isn't a Christian nation at
Yeah,
all.
the Treaty of Tripoli is extremely clear on this point. And anytime, a Christian comes to me and tries to explain to me, how America is a Christian nation, I just bring that one up because it says, in no way is the U.S. Founded on the Christian religion. So whenever they bring up like, yes, but X, Y, Z, I said, well, X, Y, Z. What you're saying is that in certain way, the U.S. is founded on the Christian religion, but that's not what the Treaty of Tripoli says. It says in no way.
And then, like all these other quotes that I've seen, I've never found out where exactly they were said, but there's definitely quotes where they're very specifically reject the Bible and Christianity, and that also includes Abraham Lincoln later on, much later. So even to Abraham Lincoln, there was still a president of the United States making critical comments. Abraham Lincoln said something like, it's not for me. So they didn't say anything necessarily harsh, but they still clearly said, I don't follow that. That's basically the kind of statement they were making. But they weren't saying, of course, anything like, we've got to get rid of it because that would then contradict the freedom to have religion. So none of them ever said anything like that, and like you wouldn't expect that, of course, anyway. But they did clearly make. But so again, this is getting back to them thinking that, like in their mind, like every president we've ever had from the beginning, they supposedly they were not just theists, but they were Christians, right? But that's definitely not true. I mean, not even close. Like, not even something you could. Like they didn't like. I mean, if you can definitely like look at their biographies, and I'm sure you can make that clear. Like they didn't go to church, or if they did, maybe just on the holidays, and for the purpose of what, as a politician, to make the people happy, But that's the thing, like a lot of that stuff you'll get from a person's biography, and of course, religious people, they're like the most accustomed like to twisting stuff from a history book to give it a certain interpretation. So they'll do that kind of shit. They'll try to, it's more or less like the cherry picking thing. So they'll try to find whatever quotes they can where it appears that they're being very pro-religious. But see, I don't think the quotes where they're against religion could be considered a kind of a cherry-picking thing, because it's clearly like, regardless of the context, they're clearly making a statement that that's not for me. I'm not religious.
Yeah, you're right. And well, you know what? Here's an argument that is, I think, rarely proposed. And I think it's very pertinent, and it makes people think. Anyway, I've never had a clear answer about this from Christians, but whenever they tell me, the U.S. is based on the Christian religion, blah blah blah, and then I show them that it's not the case, like I always propose like a hypothetical with them. I say, let's suppose for a second. Even though it's not the case, but let's suppose that the U.S. is based on the Christian religion by these very devout Christians that are basing the everything on their Christian faith, as a exercise of thought, right? Thought exercise. The question then becomes. Should the U.S. be based on the Christian religion? That's, I think, a very, very important topic to discuss, because if you think about it, like, let's take a different example, right? The founders definitely were not against slavery when they founded the U.S. And slavery was allowed. It was allowed. And many of the politicians of the time owned slaves. So the question then becomes, should the U.S. Allow slavery? And of course the answer to that is no. And that's why we have amendments, for that. And then of course we also have an amendment that says, that the U.S. should not interfere with or promote a religion. So I think that becomes very clear that even if the founding fathers, whatever they were devout Christians, it wouldn't change anything because the First Amendment would have just canceled that out.
Well, you know, that made me think of a question I've never thought of before, and I don't think anybody ever asked. Has there ever been a country that you could say was really a Christian country where the government was very much Christian? And I don't expect there is, but I'm wondering, maybe there was, maybe a small country.
No, there was. There is today even. If you think about it, the Vatican is a country, and it's quote Christian, and then you have the official religion in the UK is the Church of England. So they even have bishops in their legislative, sessions. So and of course these are just strictly Christian nations. But in other religions, of course, there are some theocracies. Anyway, those are the ones I know.
Well, from what I've heard about all of Europe, it's actually bad for a politician to ever bring up religion or God. It's actually a bad move. People don't like it to mix the politics and religion, when especially if the politicians themselves were to do it. And then it seems like as far as whatever still exists, it's more like just because they don't, they're not going to just, bring it completely, get rid of it, and throw it out. So it's almost only being done like out of habit, But the idea that a lot of the politicians are being, clearly, overtly stating their religious beliefs as their reason or justification or motivation, there's none of that in Europe. And like I've said, I heard that if a politician were to try to use religion to bolster his case, like you'll see in the U.S., where they'll say, if they never say, American politicians will often end their speech with "God bless America," and if that were to be done in a European country, people really be like, what the fuck? It's not cool, to say that. Even if you are religious, even very religious people would say, no, that's not appropriate to say God favors us, or it's not appropriate to say, just for a politician, they actually very naturally believe in the separation of government from religion. And just another point on that, I'm from New York. There was a New York atheist group, and I used to go. Sometimes they had their meetings in Manhattan once in a while, and sometimes they do the thing in the table out in the street thing, and so they have, just all kinds of people coming up to them, and you can join, right? And it's not expensive. You can just join, and their main issue that they have on the banner at the table on the street is the separation. That's the main thing they want to talk about when they do the thing on the street, as opposed to arguing the God concept itself. That's to them the most important thing, to keep government and religion separate. And so they said a Christian couple joined the New York atheists because they agreed so strongly. A Christian couple, they felt they were so much in agreement, it wasn't a goof. They really wanted to show their support, religious people, that yes, you're right. But some religious people even claim, I think there might be some good evidence that they claim that originally the separation of church and state was meant to protect religion from government. They'll say that anyway, and I think they do have something that might suggest there's something. But even if that's the case, it still is the same in that the point is they should be separate. But they think if they say, oh, well, it was meant to protect religion, right? It's protect, which is kind of funny because
it goes both ways.
I'm going to finish with this. Why would religion need protection from a government if you really believe this all-powerful being? But you need to be protected by the law from the government. That they don't realize they're totally almost admitting you don't really believe in that, do you? Because why do you need laws to protect you from a government when you believe this all-powerful being? He's picked you guys, and you're destined for sure success.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, it goes both ways. Like I was saying, it protects. It lets people do whatever they want for a religion, and then on the other side, it also prevents the government from pushing a single religion on them. And that's where people don't understand, that this part is very important until they get to be the minority. Then they know it's important. But whenever a Christian comes to me and says, oh well, we should not have, we should allow government to, talk about like religion and stuff like that. And when they say that, I always do this this other brain exercise where I tell them, oh, so would you like the Pope to decide what will happen, in the U.S.? And of course they say no, of course not.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I put in the side chat about the Satanic Temples and some of their latest news. Yeah, okay. So as you might have known, they wanted to do an invocation for like a council meeting in Phoenix, Arizona. It was
Oh yeah.
it was shot down, and they decided to just replace it with a moment of silence after that decade that decade long tradition of prayer and stuff like that. But Scottsdale accepted their a city council near that area accepted the Satanic Temple's offer to have a invocation for their meeting. So yeah, good work for them.
That's cool, man.
Awesome.
That's cool. They freak out whenever it's not Christian religion that's doing the invocation. Even if it's like a real quote real religion, like a Buddhist or something like that. They don't seem to be bothered too much by Jews, but like rabbis coming to do the invocation most of the times. But whenever it's some other religion that they don't know, then they freak out.
Oh yeah, I mean they completely forget the fact that the Supreme Court has made it very clear that if you're gonna do that kind of shit, you have to include all people.
Right.
Hmm.
Hey.
That's why I love that's why
Sorry.
I like that groups. Well, just real quick, I just like that groups like this exist to point out the hypocrisy of religious fundamentalists. That talk about that you can't use your own religious beliefs to prop up and make political points. Oh wait, that's what you do.
Oh yeah. By the way, Wolf, I was gonna tell you. I think it was a while ago, but I did see your debate with Matt Slick, and I just gotta say you did an awesome job pointing out his stupidity.
Yeah, you could say it was like the Satanic Temple was sort of an inspiration for me to do it with this style, but yeah, I sort of loved how he got how he whined about being offended near the end. It just I mean, I told him I didn't care in the beginning, like during the middle of the discussion, but yeah, it was just funny.
Oh, I think I saw that debate. Was that about a couple of weeks ago?
No, that was like months ago. It's like that was like near April of 2015. I might just talk to him again for Open Secular Day, see how that goes. But he's been a lot of the times he's been like ejecting me because he's way too offended or something like that, and I don't give a fuck really. I mean, it's the internet. If you can't get over the fact that there's stuff out there that you don't like on the internet, what the hell are you doing being on here in the first place?
Oh yeah.
Hey, does anybody here know the Rational Response Group?
Yes.
I don't know.
How come they don't post any more videos?
Good question.
I don't know. They just came and went. That's
Yeah,
how
they're no
that's how it
longer
is.
like together. I heard they, went like separate ways years ago now, but they were together. Like they all like lived in the same house, even in Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania. And I remember when I was following them, they came to New York to have a debate with Ray Comfort and the other guy. What's his name? Kirk Cameron.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever saw that, because it was actually done a program on ABC TV, so it ended up being on primetime American TV, a program. I forget the name. Anyway, Kirk Cameron, of course, he got shown to be what a joke he is, like that he would ever
Yeah.
could be in a debate, And then Ray Comfort, usually like he's got that attitude, like he's cocky, but that on that particular occasion, he looked like he whatever it was, he wasn't that you kind of. But then, like, I don't know if you guys know the program, the Atheist Experience, and now they've been doing a program every Sunday
Yes.
for years now, and now it's shown on YouTube, which is great because
I don't suppose if you know if that any of those guys from the Rational Response group have got any G Plus accounts where we could bring them into some rooms, because I quite like those guys because they're quite smart.
I haven't seen anything from them. Like I don't think I'm subscribed if if their channel is I guess I don't know how long, like if your channel is not active on YouTube, how long then before YouTube discontinues the channel. I don't know so I don't know if a channel could just stay working even years if without any activity on it.
Yes, they can.
Okay, so I've never looked them up like in any recent times, like if their YouTube channel.
Oh,
So
it's been 11 months, it says here.
11 months.
Yeah. Since their last video.
One of the guys' names is Rook, but I don't know his last name. But is his first name spelled R-O-O-K?
I never heard of him referred to as anything other than Rook. I know
How do
the
you
guy. I remember
spell-
the guy
how
you're
do you
talking
spell-
about.
Yeah, how do you spell it? Do you know? Is it R-O-U-K or R-O-O-K?
No, I think like it was actually taken from the chess Rook, or so that would be R-O-O-K. Yeah, I think it was based. The meaning was the chess Rook piece.
No, but that's his real name, isn't it?
I don't think so. No, because I remember he was Italian descent, so he would have an Italian name, and Rook. So if Rook is his name, it would be some kind of maybe abbreviated version of an Italian name. Some people do that. They'll take their actual surname but do some kind of change.
Yeah, he was very well versed in the Bible, I tell you.
Yeah, that was like his specialty on their team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he also read, like, he actually had a thing where he had his wish list of books on Amazon, and I actually bought him a few books once. Yeah, I decided, I decided to go ahead and like spend whatever it was, $50 or whatever, and bought him a few books on his wish list.
I wonder if he's got a G Plus account. I don't know how to go about looking it up though.
I just put an address for G Plus, but I don't know if there's anyone answering on that other side of the line. But we'll see.
Well, wouldn't you just go to his YouTube page, his channel page, and sometimes on that there's the G Plus link?
Yeah, that's what I posted there.
Okay, my mistake.
But it's the groups, right? YouTube, and not like individuals. So who knows if there's somebody listening? Hey guys, we'll have a new Supreme Court judge, eh?
Oh
yeah, who's it
yeah.
gonna be?
Oh, but speaking of that, what do y'all think of the conspiracy theory that that Obama killed Scalia?
That's hilarious.
Oh, that was fucking funny.
How
Yeah,
did they
that's really funny.
did they get into saying how did he do it? So it had to have been some kind of, because the guy, he died of a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
So did they get it specifically, like how he went about it to like cause him?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think that what happened is Barack Obama sent him Scalia some an email with some dirty pictures, and Scalia looked at them, and his heart started to pound real hard, and then he had a heart attack. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it happened.
Well, if you
That's
got
how
that's the
normally
way.
happens.
Wow, just when you thought these conspiracy theories could get any fucking stupid.
Oh, I know how it happened. Obama came with his wife, pulled his wife's pants down to prove that she was really a man, and that's how Scalia had his heart attack.
Okay, that explains it. No, you know what I
Yeah.
think it is? I think Scalia was an inside job.
It's sad.
I'm going with. I say that he went in there and says, "Hey, Michelle's really a bloke. Check this out." Bang! Had a heart attack. Well, that would bring on a heart attack for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you all saw this, but I think Manny Pacquiao's in trouble. He said, I think gay people are lower than animals or something like that.
Let me guess. He's religious.
No, I think he's running for like the Philippine Senate. And in fact, I kid you not, Nike actually stopped his what's the word I'm looking for?
Sponsorship?
Sponsors. Yes, they Nike stopped sponsoring him because they said that.
I
Oh,
believe
He's
that.
religious. Yes, he's Catholic.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're very much Catholic in the Philippines, right? So
Yeah.
surprise,
Yeah, but
surprise, he's making sick fucking comments.
the Philippines is well known for their acceptance of LGBT and there's lots of trans people there.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be some kind of
Nice.
aberration, because usually with people that are religious, that's not going to be the case, right?
I
I
want
know
to go there.
it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I don't understand either.
I mean, the weird thing is, I mean, when Western occupiers are over there, just influencing the culture, it's amazing that now that's the aftermath we have. Basically people just run around, trying to convert everyone. Just I mean, it's sort of like Project America. Let's see what happens when we promote democracy and shit. It just makes everything worse. I mean, because the next thing you know, they're gonna be talking about contraception is bad and shit like that, and diseases are gonna go up. I just look at Africa under the
Yeah.
fucking Catholic Church teaching.
And who was really bad too with the Catholics was Mother Teresa. And Christopher Hitchens wrote a book all about her.
Yeah, I
How
remember.
she
Mhm.
the way Hitchens summed it up is his line was, she was not a friend of the poor, she was a friend of poverty. She preached that suffering is good, it gets you close to God.
Yeah, but that actually has a basis in scriptures. If you read the New Testament, you'll see it does say that. Anybody who's suffering, they're basically, uh, uh, getting a better understanding of what Jesus went through. So, that's what she was basing this on. Is the actual Bible, and of course that doesn't excuse it. You don't want to make people suffer on purpose, just because they might be cool with Jeebus once they're dead. That's like stupid.
Well, you know what? Apparently, the motive behind it, the actual thinking was, we solicit donations to help the poor, saying, of course, that means we're going to help the poor. But then, when we go to the poor, we tell them it's good to suffer, so they can, guess what? Keep the money that was given to them for donations to help the poor. So tell the people who got money to donate, oh yeah, we're going to help the poor. There's no talk about suffering's good to the people with the money who you want them to give it to you to help the poor. So that's pretty much how the scheme worked, right? Because when they were
I
talking,
don't know if they were. I don't know if Mother Teresa and her friends got to live a very luxurious life based on those donations. but I do know that they would actually avoid asking for donations when Mother Teresa was traveling. But she could have asked for donations, in countries outside over there, India. But she decided not to do that, and then of course it meant that the nurses and doctors and everybody who were working there were constantly running out of everything. They wouldn't have any drugs. They wouldn't have any, clean bed sheets and so on and so forth. And she was not very good at managing this charity. She was more good at talking in the name of the charity.
Oh, and I guess over all the years, they never figured out, hey, we need to get somebody who can do the management part. Yeah, somehow they couldn't figure that out for in what, like 20 years or something. So yeah, that's I'm not saying you're saying it, but you might be led to think that that's like a plausible explanation of the problem, but that's all bullshit. In my opinion, it's all about getting money under false pretenses to help people, and then they keep it just because. Yeah, of course, Mother Teresa, then she can't drive around in a fucking Cadillac and blow the whole scam, but nobody ever said that she has to be the one who gets the luxury. Obviously, the money was getting directed to the Vatican, and there they live in fucking palaces.
Yeah.
And a lot of priests around the world, they do live in luxury, so the money goes somewhere other than where it was supposed to have gone. And they got what kind of money they got in investments and real estate. So yeah, they can do a good job of laundering it, putting it here, there, and everywhere. But the fact is, it never went where they claimed it was supposed to go to help the poor people. There's no doubt about that, because the poor people didn't get helped. Like you just said, they didn't even have fucking enough medical supplies, for fuck's sake. They didn't even have like the minimum. It wasn't even close to like debatable. Well, is it a misallocation of they were just fucking neglecting them. They didn't give a shit.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's pathetic. Yeah. And people would just go to these institutes to die.
Yeah.
It wasn't like hospitals where you go there to get help. They would just walk in the door and never come back.
Yeah, well, that makes sense to people who really believe that after they die, they're going on to some eternal paradise. So that's how you get people to do crazy shit like that, when you've got them to believe that, well, oh, this is just the stepping stone to paradise. So don't worry, just so hang out, wait till you die, and then the fun will begin. So of course, that's what they got people to believe. So then they wouldn't give a shit about what was being done to them, because they had this completely false idea in their head that, oh, they're actually headed for they're headed for paradise, so don't worry.
There was a lot of stories of her actually having them sign over all their wealth to her as well. So when they died, their families wouldn't actually get any of the money or the houses or anything that the person owned. She would wait until they were sick and have them sign over all of their property to her.
Unbelievable.
She was a bitch.
Well, there you go. That's hell, man. That would make like the fucking mafia blush. They wouldn't fucking think of doing that.
Yeah, that's why Christopher Hitchens said she wasn't a nice person. She portrayed herself as a nice person, but she wasn't.
Absolutely. Pardon me, guys. Two things. Number one, to the 3 viewers that are watching this, the link is public if you want to come in. And number 2, this is for the guys in the Hangout. I was watching Secular Talk earlier, and I kid you not, 40% of Trump supporters wish that the South had won the Civil War.
Yep. Yeah.
40%.
Oh my God.
Hopefully, he can get those numbers up so he'll win the presidency. If he can get that up to around 70, he's in.
Oh fuck no, man!
I've got a funny Trump video for you guys. Hold on.
Oh man, if fucking Trump wins the presidency, I'm moving to fucking Canada. I swear.
Don't wait.
Oh, you live in Canada?
Yeah, I live in Ottawa.
Oh,
Canada.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we welcome all atheists, to come over, no problem. That'd be great.
Alrighty, awesome. If Trump becomes president, I'll meet you there.
You guys want to see a funny video?
Sure, why not? It's a drunken hangout. Let's have some fun.
Well, I'll just post it here, and you guys can decide whatever you want to do with it. It's basically a parody video. I used the trailer to the movie Noah. You know Noah? The movie?
Yeah, I never saw it, but I know the one you mean. Russell Crowe's in it.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I was just kidding that instead of building an ark for saving the animals from a flood, it was atheists who were building an airplane so that they would all move to Canada.
They had to build a plane. All right.
Did they crash and then eat everybody?
No, they made it. That was anyway. So that it's
You should have used a line.
I can screen share it if you want.
Sorry?
I said I can screen share it if you want.
No, Ranger, you got to be careful not to show anything with a copyright, because I know from Nadia's Hangout, I learned if anybody reports you, flags you for showing anything copyright, you could be the channel suspended, or it's at least a strike against your channel, whatever. So you
no,
wanna...
I mean it's on Atheism TV's Hangout. I mean, sorry, channel. I mean, that's why I'm asking him. Is it okay if I screen share it?
Oh yes, it is, and this is actually from a movie trailer. I don't think that you'll get anybody from that movie.
Oh yeah, well if it's a trailer, that should be okay, because that's meant to promote the movie, right?
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, like, that's something to be aware of. It could be a
Oh
problem.
yeah, trust me, I'm fully aware of shit like that. But give me 1 second here, and I'll be able to screen share it.
There's also a sermon from a guy who's telling atheists to move out of the country. There's also a part of the video that says that. So.
Oh wow.
And then the humanists argue, well, what about atheists? My response is, what about them? No one is asking you to be baptized in the side of a manger. No one is going to pass the collection plate if you go by a manger. If you pass a manger scene and someone is singing Joy to the World, you can take your Walkman and stuff it into your ears. Or you can call your lawyer. Or you can just exercise your right to leave the country. Planes are leaving every hour on the hour. Get on one.
You fucking serious, dude?
To the atheist watching this telecast, if our belief in God offends you, move.
Oh my god.
Planes leaving every hour on the hour going.
I have a better fucking idea. How about you stop trying to want a theocracy? How about fucking that, you idiot? Sorry, that may be a drunken outburst.
How do you broadcast the video? Like, how does that work?
He's sharing his screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. That's pretty much it. You just press screen share.
All right, it's up here in the top.
Yes. I mean, if you want to screen share something, by all means, but just let me.
I got the Trump video coming up here next.
Okay, no problem. Just let us finish this, by all means.
Every place on planet
Sorry.
Earth. Get on one. We don't want you, and we won't miss you. I promise you.
Who the fuck what you want, old man?
He should fucking pack his bags and go.
You're going to Canada.
Sorry, that was funny.
Can't we change their minds? Believers are just too dumb to listen, but they're violent. So we have to leave this country. We build an airplane, then we fly to Canada. What do you want? Do you really think you can steal most of the scientists? It's not stealing. They are fleeing. I have God on my side, and you stand alone and defy me? I'm not alone. When they come, they will be desperate, and there will be many. We'll need a big freaking plane.
I gotta say, I fucking love this, man. This is fucking
So we did.
it's hilarious, man. Oh my. He's like, we must flee to Canada. Oh man, that is nice.
We will build a big fucking plane.
All the skeptics, all the humanists. Remember, John Hagee said that we're not welcome in this country.
There's snow in Canada.
But we'll be welcome there.
Canada. And yes.
Oh my god, that is nice, man. That is nice.
I'm glad you liked it.
Oh man.
In a world where atheists are not welcome.
So I don't know if you guys know the show The Honeymooners. I used to watch it when I was a kid. They played every night. So if you don't know The Honeymooners show, this might not be funny, but it was pretty good for me. It's not going to be an ass kicker, but you might get a laugh.
Watch an episode.
I've had tremendous success with #1 bestsellers all over the place and everything else I've done. But I will tell you this, what I am far and away greater than an entertainer is a businessman. And that, believe me, my temperament is very good, very calm. You are a blabbermouth!
Oh wow. Oh damn, that was funny. Oh man.
The picture is frozen for me, but it sounded pretty funny.
Man, I haven't watched The Honeymooners in like a while, but that was pretty good, atheism. I mean, John.
What that originally was it was his mother-in-law. So Trump, played the mother-in-law. It was a mother-in-law that came over, and it was. I mean, I'm starting to remember it now. It was funny because, the way it's there, they made a short video, so it seemed like he could only tolerate him for less than a minute. But the actual show with the mother-in-law was like, because you see, he actually set the clock because he told his wife, he's like, I know she's going to piss me off and that, so I'm going to give her this much time, and we'll see. So that's what the whole clock thing was. He was giving her time, whatever. I forget exactly what he set for the time or whatever, but that's what the clock thing was. And that's why once the alarm went off, then he felt justified to flip out on her. He's like, I gave her some time, and she still kept going, so now I'm going to flip the fuck out on her.
I know. Oh.
Hey guys, I got a whole bunch of other parodies like that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look at your channel later, man. I mean that was fucking hysterical.
Here, I'll post a link
Oh
if
man,
anybody wants to see some other parodies that I have. They'll be able to.
was it
What
Yeah.
I did is every time I had a major milestone in my number of subscribers, I would just like make a parody, and using movies and all sorts of speeches and stuff like that.
Atheism TV. Do you make, just out of curiosity, do you make video responses to anyone by chance?
Normally, no. So let me explain to you what my channel is exactly, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
At first, it was my personal channel, but then what happened is I decided to do this collaboration channel, and we have a bunch of regular shows that are posted on the channel. Anybody can propose new shows, by the way, if you guys are interested. And then all of those are produced by fellow atheists. We have teams that are managing each of the shows, and I have a regular show for the news. It's called The Infidel News for the Damned.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to that one.
And then we also have a weekly show about Islam. It's called Bread and Roses. And we also have all the Satan Atheist videos. We got the Satan Atheist decided to share that with on our channel. And then I just got a new show, a new regular show. I don't know if you ever heard about that. It's called The Bible and Other Fairy Tales.
Oh, is that a new one?
Yeah. And this is basically this stand-up comedian, female stand-up comedian from the UK, and she.
Oh, is that the girl with the black hair?
Plays the harp. Sorry.
Is that girl with the long black hair?
Yes, and she plays
Oh,
the
yeah,
harp.
yeah. I subscribed to her for 2 or 3 days ago.
So here, let me show for you. I put a link in the chat about
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
her videos. So she just came aboard. So that's what we do.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering because I'm gonna make a video response to a certain Christian gentleman. His name is Whitney Kugel, and I mean, if you ever want like gold material, he's probably the guy you want to fucking see. He makes like the stereotypical Christian responses to atheism. I mean, this is I think I told you earlier. This is the guy who said that under atheism, what Hitler did couldn't be wrong.
He was Christian. He was Christian, and so was all the Nazis.
Thank you. That's what I said.
There's even Christian statements on their fucking belts.
Thank you. That's what I said.
What's the guy's name?
Whitney. I'm hoping I pronounced his last name right. I think it's Whitney Kugel. Kugel. Kugel.
You guys know Matt Bell? Have you heard of him? Matt Bell?
Yes.
Scottish?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real fucking lunatic. If you guys wanna if you want the type who will piss you off and you're in a mood for a fight, go to that guy because he's a fucking real nutter.
Oh yes, he is.
If I want to piss myself off, I'd rather watch G-Man because I mean, G-Man. I think his last Hangout, he said that I think atheism is a statement not only on science but also on morality, which is completely fucking wrong.
Oh, you know what the point I usually make with that? They say with only atheism can it be okay to do it, right, Hitler?
Yeah.
Or obviously I'm not putting it exactly the way they put it. But I always say, yeah, but if he was Christian, then he'd be forgiven for doing it. So how the fuck does Christianity address it? If you're a Christian, you're forgiven for all of that shit. The only thing that's wrong in Christianity is to not be a Christian. But as long as you're a Christian, go ahead, kill away, man. You got any more to kill? Go ahead and kill them. You'll be forgiven.
Yeah, kill more.
Yep,
No,
they don't
to me,
understand morals.
the Christian God is like an Etch-a-Sketch. You know, as long as you say, "Hey, God, forgive me," you're forgiven. To me, that's like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, how the fuck they seriously think that that's a moral motivator? Where you're wrong that you're going to do is paid for in advance? Where the fuck is the moral motivation there? You're told in advance, like, you're born shit. You're fully expected to be a bad person, but don't worry, it's already paid for.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
always
like
talk
it's
about.
almost like they don't have the balls to go so far as say, go ahead, knock yourself out. But that's obviously the implication, isn't it?
They always act like atheists don't have any morals, but if you're a Christian, you could walk through the mall with a shotgun blowing the heads off of every baby you see, and then in the end you just say, you know, God forgive me, and then you're done. You're fine. You know, and that's supposed to be morals. I don't get it.
Well, the way they'll try to address that sometimes, they'll say, you know, the kind of answer, oh, but God will know your heart. And so, but then the response to that is, but where does it say that? Like a minute ago, where it said in the Bible, you guys say this is all there in the Bible, but then when they decide they need to do their own tweaking of it, then it doesn't need to be in the Bible. They can say, oh, but he knows your heart. And you're like, oh, okay, where's that in the Bible? That's the way he'll deal with it. Like there is
What chapter is that on?
Yeah,
Show me the chapter where that is.
Yeah, they try to make it then, oh, but there is like escape clauses for God. Now he could send you to hell. He promised you he wouldn't. That's the deal. But now he's got a loophole or an escape clause in there. So like, where is that? So, but that's what they try to do in effect. Say, oh, but there is this other thing, which is them saying, oh, we can update the religion to say whatever the fuck we need to say.
Well, as you know, God always agrees with the Christians who's talking about him. It's a well-known fact, you know. You can have many different Christians that are always, you know, arguing about what the Bible means, and they're bitching at each other and they hate each other's guts, and they all think they have the only one true interpretation of the Bible, you know, and then they come to see you, and then of course God is always in agreement with them and nobody else. Now, if you really want to have fun, you just go to a channel, a YouTube channel where, you know, Christians are at war with each other, and then you just sit down and eat some popcorn and enjoy, because they are, you know, at 100% absolutely convinced of what they're reading of the Bible and what God is telling them in their heads is true, and ripping each other apart.
Yeah, because that's why they call it the Book of Multiple Choice.
The Book of Multiple Choice. Hey guys, there's a channel called the Christian Comedy Channel. Okay, a YouTube channel called the Christian Comedy Channel. And this is exactly as I was just saying just now. It's a Christian who is bitching against other Christians, and I'm telling you, when I told you that they're ripping each other apart, I mean, like, almost literally. I mean, they're not just bitching with words. You know, there's like this one Christian who's exposing the hypocrisy of a church, and they've been sending the police to his door multiple times on charges of harassment. And I mean, the guy could be jailed based on just mentioning the fact that Christians are hypocritical in a church, and those are Christians doing that to each other.
That's why there's 30,000 denominations.
Oh,
they can agree with each other.
Your number is outdated, check again. I think it's more like 49,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, fuck, they breeding more.
Yeah, they're multiplying.
I don't want to check. There's already too many. Here's one for you. Here's one for you. Christians always say that, you know, everyone's born into sin, right?
Yes.
Now, Jesus came and died on the cross for our sins. So, what happened to the original sin? That was a fucking waste of time from him dying on the cross, wasn't it? He couldn't even eradicate the original sin.
Well, you know what they're saying. If Jesus died for our sins, we have to sin as much as possible. Otherwise, he would have died for nothing.
Yeah, well, what about the original one? Fucking start with that one. That was the first one.
Okay.
Fuck me.
I'm wondering where everybody's from. I would just look at everybody's profiles, but it's loading slow for me for some reason.
Delaware.
Delaware. Oh, we talked
Oh,
before.
I'll tell you, the speed of light's
we were
changed.
in, John, we were in Quiet Atheist Hangout, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I thought I was talking to somebody from Delaware, like in Nadia's side chat today. That could be another person from? Oh, but you're the guy that's moving to Vermont.
Hopefully soon, yes.
Oh, okay. So it is the same person. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that was Quiet's. Okay. You are Atheist Ranger. See, I'm still. Okay. So then ATV, if that's okay if I call you that, ATV.
Sure.
Where are you from?
Canada.
But originally you're.
I was born in Montreal.
Oh, so you're. Oh, because it didn't sound like kind of like a French kind of accent.
Oh, yeah, it's a Quebecer accent.
I've been there once or twice. I've been up to Canada. And then
French Providence, if I'm not mistaken. It's a French Providence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You mean province?
Yes, thank you.
And then Bulldog, is it Australia or is it New Zealand?
Fuck the New Zealanders. I'm from Australia.
Are you guys not friendly?
Well, yes and no. Listen, if we're going to go to war, we'll ask those cunts to join us.
Quiet Atheist, he gets 2 New Zealanders in there, and one of them showed up last night, the guy with lies in his name. Truth begets lies or something like that.
Yeah, I know
he came in at the end. But his audio was really fucked up, right? So I couldn't listen to him.
Oh yeah, I think and well, not to put him on the spot. I think Shino. I think he's from Japan.
Who?
The other guy in here, the logo with the WTF. I think he's from Japan. Are you Shino?
I don't see which guy there. I see MGTO, and then there's Wolf.
He has teal and it says WTF. If you see that at all.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, that's Shino.
Oh, okay, because his other, his name is something MGTO, the MGTO.
Oh yeah, that's Shino. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think he's from Japan.
Yeah, Shino. That's the last part of the name that you can't see here. You have to look at the profile.
Yeah, he's one of my subscribers. I don't know if he's there or not, but I think he is from Japan.
I thought he was a MGTOW.
Hey guys,
just real quick, to the 2 viewers who are watching this, again, the link is public if you want to come in. I am very drunk, so probably now's the only time to ask me something personal, and I may not be telling you.
Well, they're probably Christians that can't scared to come in.
Anybody?
Okay, I'm just saying this right now. If any flat earthers come in here, fuck you.
That's funny.
You know who the flat earthers are that I know? None of you guys know Nadia's Hangout. You know who that is, Nadia?
Yeah, I know who Nadia is.
And so you know the flat earthers that hang around her Hangout?
The only one I know is Pillbox, and I think Rose.
What's the second one?
I think Rose Patton.
Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I know her.
I think her name is like Rose Patton. I think her name is, but yeah, she's a flat earther too.
The ones she has, they come around pretty often. There's a guy named Arcane Logos.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know who he is.
I heard of him.
And then the other is, he's English. His name, he goes by Commando.
So is I think Jungle Jargon. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
He goes Commando.
No, I don't think he's a flat earther.
Oh, he's not? I thought he was.
No, I don't think he is.
Oh, okay.
He'll go for the 6,000-year-old Earth, but I don't think he's going flat yet. But it won't take long.
I'll be fucking not.
Hey, listen. Rand Campbell went. He's gone flat Earth.
That's true, man.
Hey guys,
he
I
was
was gonna
offended
ask him.
about a month, and then Pillbox convinced him that it was flat, and he goes, "Well, I suppose you're right there."
I'm like half tempted to put these people in like outer space just to prove to them that the Earth.
No, I thought about that. I thought about that myself. I thought, shit. Next time NASA goes up into space, I'll put them on the fucking rocket. But you know what? They'll probably say, "Oh no, you tricked me. We're in a fucking arcade somewhere, and you just put us into a simulation, and it would be a waste of fucking money."
I thought about that, and I also thought about taking Bill O'Reilly and G-Man to Africa to prove to them that starving children actually exist.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, they're supposed to be Christian, and if they can't prove it to them, well, they're not Christian. So, hey, listen, he has trouble on here proving that other people, if they're Christian. So what chance has he got to prove them, people in Africa, the starving children in Africa, are Christian?
Oh no, like I said earlier, I think in his last Hangout he said that atheism is a position not only on science but also on morality, which isn't true. Atheism is just a position on whether or not you believe in God.
He reckons atheism's a fucking religion.
Fucking not
Is
true
it?
at all.
Is it? If atheism is a religion, I want my tax break. Where's my tax?
Thank you.
You know what
I would love to have my a tax break, and also you know how churches, you know, they lend a house to their pastors or whatever. How do you call that again?
Atheism as pastors?
No. I said, you know how churches they lend housing to their pastors. There's a name for that. What's that called? I forget the name is, but that's like that's a perk that religions have. So that's what I want. Also, I want to have free house. It was my free house.
Exactly. Thank you.
I want that, and yeah, I would love to have like tons and tons of donations by global people. That would be totally awesome. But unfortunately, I only have just enough to pay for the bills. And I'm
also,
lucky.
how do we vote for a leader? That's what I want to know. Like, how's that going to be done?
David Silverman.
No, he's already a fucking leader.
Me. I recommend me.
All right, you're in.
Okay, awesome.
You've had the personal revelation that you should be the leader, right?
Of course. And as you can see, I am clearly a Power Ranger. So what else more proof do you need?
Right. Anyway,
I have faith.
What I usually when they make that point, they claim that atheism is a religion. I usually ask them, how do you define religion, and they don't respond at all. They don't can't offer a definition of religion. They consider that like somehow like a trick question or something. Right after they say atheism is a religion, so you say, oh, how do you define religion, and they just don't answer.
Well, in that case, you know, any form of activism would be a religion, and also Star Wars and football and many other things. So that means that the definition of religion is now meaningless. It's like any group of people who are passionate about something.
Oh, you don't hear it much anymore, but some guy came up with it, and I think he actually used it for his name for his YouTube, or he used that saying anyway. I don't know if he didn't originate it, but anyway, the saying that if atheist or religion, not collecting stamps is a hobby.
Yeah, the non-stamp collector.
Yeah, so he's from. Is he Australian, that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, I knew them, I'd watched their channels years ago, but I haven't really been watching any of these guys for a while now.
Well, their problem is they just don't realize that they think that if you make a claim, that means you have a belief, because that's how they've been raised. They think like they believe in religion, and then another place believes in Muslim, and then there's people that believe in Buddhism. So by you saying you're an atheist, that means you believe in something.
It's
and
projection.
They don't understand that it's the lack of belief in something. And it basically is a statement that you don't believe in anything, and their brain doesn't work that way. They think it's a statement that means something. You believe in something, and they have to say they have to figure out what that is. So they try to make it like it's a religion when they can't understand that there are people that don't believe in anything.
It's called projection in psychology.
Yep.
That's what they do.
I agree. Sheena, by the way, I think you were away from your computer earlier, but we were talking about where some of us were from. Are you from Japan? I'm just asking because of your name.
Yeah, I'm from Kobe.
Kobe? Yes. I thought so. Thank you.
But where originally? You're American, of course, right?
Actually, I was born in Japan, and I didn't speak English until I was 6. I moved to America when I was 6, and then I came back when I was 25. So I've lived here a total of my life about 18 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. I mean, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. We were just talking about that earlier, and I think you were like away from the computer.
Yeah, I went to get breakfast. I just woke up at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time online talking to people in other countries, and usually it's America and Canada, so we're like 14 hours behind. So
you're not. Are you going to the Reason rally then?
No, I'd like to. I can't this year. I'll probably go next year, maybe.
Who's going?
Money to go. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go if I had the money.
It's 3 p.m. here right now, so I know it's got to be like 11 o'clock where you guys are at.
It's like 1:08 a.m. where I'm at. I live in Delaware.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm saying for me, I'm in New York, the Eastern U.S. time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you guys are on the East Coast, I think you're like 12 hours or 11 hours behind me, and if you're on the West Coast, then you're like 14 or 15 hours.
Guys, I'm gonna have to drop out because you just reminded me on how late it is here. I have to work tomorrow, but it was a lot of fun talking to you guys. Can I make one last thing?
Guys, wait. ATV, go ahead.
Yeah, one last thing before I leave. I told you earlier that on my channel I have a show called The Infidel. That's a news show. And what happened recently is that we lost a couple of news writers. So we're looking for some new volunteers that would like to write some news for this show. It's not very hard to do, and it's pretty cool. And if you want to, know more, just contact me. All right?
Okay.
Alrighty, no problem.
Public announcement. All right. Take care, guys.
All right, take care.
Good night. Bye.
See ya.
Alrighty.
I'm trying to get Rose Patton into the room, and we can discuss the flatness of the Earth.
Oh joy. Well, I mean,
it's gonna be so much.
She's quite respectful out of all the.
Let's see.
So yeah.
I got something for that.
And Rose loves me. I'm just letting you know. There's
Well, she doesn't
so
know
much
who I
love.
am, so that's good.
We have so much love.
No. Yeah, there we
And
go.
I only
Here we go.
go into rooms with her when I've been drinking, so I'm just letting you know what's going to happen.
There we go. That's if she comes in, that's from the Hubble Space Telescope.
Yeah, it's all fake.
No.
CGI.
Shinu, please, by all means, keep that up for the time. I mean, if she comes in here, please keep that
That
handy.
looks like smoke out of my fucking vaporizer.
Well, if
Mind
you
you,
flat, you probably would smoke.
It's got a bit of a cunty fucking look to it as well.
Oh,
you might
yeah.
You might have ate the vaporizer when you got done smoking it if you think the Earth is flat.
But if she knew, by all means, man, keep that handy if she comes in here. I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
If you guys agree, I think what I like the most here is this the person here?
No.
Does anyone know this guy, Platinum? Platinum?
No, got no idea.
I just got a picture of Adolf Hitler.
What? No, it can't be good then. Platinum, speak, please.
Oh, right. Oh, Franklin!
You bet.
Guys, wait. Platinum, please speak. Go ahead.
Hello, I am a Platinum. Fuck you, bet.
Okay, good. You're good. You can speak. How are you?
Pretty good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm fucking drunk as hell, but I'm good. Rose, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. What's going on?
Good. I'm very good. She knew. I think you wanted to show something to Rose here.
Yeah, what's up, Rose?
Hey, what's up?
So you're a flat earther? Is that right?
It's called a flat earther.
What else are you, Rose? If it's not flat, what is it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess then you're a blue baller. Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
By the way, I'm gonna make it very clear. I don't want any. Do not troll Rose. I don't want her thinking this is a hostile hangout. But go ahead, Chino.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Blue baller. I'm a blue baller at the moment.
Not having a wank for 6 months either.
I was a baller before blue baller was cool.
All right, there you go. Cool.
Hey, Rose, do you remember that little party trick you done in the room the other night?
The what?
Party trick.
A party trick. What's the party trick?
Yeah, the fanny fart.
A fanny fart, huh?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, I thought it was quite funny.
What?
The fanny fart.
He thought the fanny fart was funny.
I didn't do anything. Just delusional.
Rose, come on, Rose.
You feeling okay, Bulldog?
Rose. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay.
Cool.
Now, Rose, these guys want to know, right? Because I've invited you in here because they're intrigued, right?
Yeah.
About this flat Earth business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, okay, it's either you or Pillbox, and I thought, nah, Rose can describe it better than Pillbox can ever describe it. So
yeah,
here you are.
Pillbox is a fucking idiot. Fuck
Hey,
Pillbox.
hey. No. Be nice,
Anyway,
Platinum.
Rose, while you're here, right, you want to describe the flat Earth theory, because there's no way I can fucking describe it, even though, even if I had fucking 25 beers, I couldn't do it. Well, you can, because you've done so much research.
Yep.
So, away you go, Rose. Give me your best shot. I'll be quiet.
Well, first step you gotta do is go on a Google page and Google it. Yeah, that helps for you to have some kind of understanding. Yeah. Second off, NASA is a bunch of carnies, so there's no proof. Look, it's not. We're not on a globe. We're not.
Okay.
No, but
keep going. Don't stop short now.
you're just asking me to describe a whole situation, and that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, I know, but
situation, but I mean, I think it's kind of clear that the Earth isn't flat. I mean, if the Earth was flat, it would fall off. I think the corners of the Earth or something.
No, not if it's even in the Bible. I know you guys are atheists, but even in the Bible, it's in the Bible like over 22 times how it says there's the firmament, the heavens above the earth, the waters above the earth. So you wouldn't fall off if there's like a dome, I guess you could say, a firmament, not a dome, but the firmament. And there's a treaty with almost every single country. I think it is every single country in the world that we don't go to Antarctica. And if you do go to Antarctica, you need permission. So like even if you had like say millions of dollars and you want to go do an expedition down in Antarctica, you can't. So why not?
Oh, I'm perfectly aware of that, but I believe sorry, I don't mean to. I'm very drunk, so please excuse my fumbling here. But
No.
The Bible also says the four corners of the earth, and I may not be a scientist, but the last I checked, the Earth doesn't have four corners. It's a sphere. Last time I checked.
Well, see, last time you checked, it was probably because NASA told you that it's a sphere.
No, well,
which they admit that they use.
Yeah, I mean, they're only four corners of the Earth. I'm not a scientist, so I mean, probably someone else can explain to you better than I can. But I know the Earth
I can explain
doesn't have
to you.
four corners.
Well, there is four corners. There is the four corners that the four angels.
It means it's square if it's got four corners.
Right, you can say that.
So really, it's not round; it's square.
Okay, well, again, I'm drunk. By all means, go on, Rose.
I'd have to pull up a model. Do you want me to bring up a model?
Yeah,
well, I think again, Shino had something he wanted to show you. So by all means, Shino, if you want to show her something.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can show something.
Okay, thanks.
I want to see the model what Rose has got because I've yet to see your model.
Not a song, Matt. Whoa! Not any songs, not any music, please. I don't want to be copyrighted.
Oh, this isn't a copyrighted song.
Well, you had some picture on your thing.
When I was 4 years old,
dude,
I believed in a flat earth.
No,
This is one of my favorite guys. He did a hangout where it was supposed to be like they were playing Pong, and his channel's Will's Easy Guitar, and it devolved after like an hour and a half into a flat Earth discussion, and then he made 3 movies or videos after that talking about flat Earthers, and he got so sick of it talking about them.
Damn. Does anyone here know Charlie Horton?
That's the videos I threw in the chat.
Okay.
Does anyone here know Charlie Horton? And Sheena, you can, yeah, thank you. Does anyone here know Charlie Horton?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Charlie, do you have audio? Charlie,
Rose,
any audio there?
Rose, have you got that model there? I want to see the model.
Yeah, I can bring it up if you want.
Okay, yeah, Rose, if you and Bulldog want to talk, go ahead.
Go ahead, talk. I'm gonna pull it.
I gotta see your model yet, Rose. You've talked about it a lot.
I posted it about 10 different times.
No, do a
maybe
screen
more
share
on
so
my
we can
page.
see. I want everybody to see this. Do a screen share, Rose.
All right, hold on. best one I have. But see, the thing is, we can't, like, I know it's not a globe, and you know what I'm saying.
Right, but
I
just
know,
show us all.
in essence,
Forget about what
I'm
they
looking
do.
at the same time, dude. Calm down. Looking at the same time.
Guys, relax.
I'm looking. I'm
I'm
talking.
getting all
Calm down.
excited, Rose. Stop it.
I guess so. Dang.
Yeah, but Rose, while you're looking
It's
for that,
exciting.
just while you're looking for that, Charlie, do you have any audio? Apparently fucking not.
He's trolling.
Well, he hasn't said anything yet, Rose. Fuck. Don't pass judgment on someone who hasn't said anything.
No, there's a Charlie Horton guy in here, and he doesn't seem to want to talk, and I don't like people who doesn't talk in my Hangout.
Exactly.
Ask him to type in the side chat.
Can you talk in the side chat, Charlie, please?
All right. Let me see.
Hey, Rose, I'm just going to let you know I've been drinking too, Rose.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah.
Have one for me.
Oh, don't worry, I've had about 10 for you already.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why they call it the Drunken Hangout. I don't drink, so I'm drinking tea.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
Tea sounds good.
Yeah, that's why I say you and Bulldog can have this discussion. I'm not. Discussion.
I don't want to talk too much to Rose because it ends up in violence, doesn't it, Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not in my Hangout, it's not. I mean, I don't mind if you guys talk, but try not to yell at each other, please.
No, I'm not
Well,
yelling at anybody.
Difficult. That's why I mute myself, to calm myself down. I have to go to the cupboard, take a couple of Valiums, right? And I calm down, and then Rose starts up again, and I go back to the cupboard, take a couple more Valiums, and then it gets louder and louder, and people say, tone it down.
All right,
Well, we don't have to discuss this. I mean, this is like a fun hangout. So I mean, if you guys want something else, you can discuss by all fucking means.
No, I want to see this picture. It's taking so fucking long. I've been waiting for this.
Well, I'm trying to find the best one to explain. So it's gonna. I don't have one that's gonna be exactly what I want to show.
Put
But
up multiple fucking pictures then.
I'm gonna do the best
I'm
I
just looking
can.
at this picture Shino has, and it looks pretty clear that the Earth is round to me.
Yeah, that's actually a
lot of-
24-hour. Like they took 24 hours from the Hubble Space Telescope and put it all together in one shot, which is how you get that really pretty like clouding and stuff on it. It's really nice. It's basically like they took pictures like every few seconds, and then they pieced them all together as the Hubble Space Telescope of the Earth, which was like really cool. That's how you got all those clouds on there and all that. It's like really badass.
Armchair Revolution, do you have audio?
Yeah, I do, man.
Okay, awesome. How are you?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm fucking drunk. How are you?
I mean, I'm sober. I got drunk last night, but
Same here.
I don't have any beer right now.
Awesome.
What?
Oh, Rose, is that your picture there?
Can you hold on a second? Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Max,
All
do you
right.
have
So.
any audio?
Damn.
Okay, how are you, Max?
All right. So do you see this?
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it, Rose.
Yes,
Alright.
we see it. Go ahead.
It's kind of like it's like this would be the four corners.
Oh, the square in the stationary Earth, right?
And then you have this would
Go ahead, Rose.
around this would be like something like
Shit
this
is money.
over it. The firmament over it. So kind of like with this over it.
Yeah, but you know the firmament, Rose. What's the firmament made out of?
Are you serious?
Well, is that a trick question? I asked you what the firmament's made out of.
I don't fucking know.
Why not? You don't know.
What the fuck? I don't know.
Why call it a firmament? Why not call it? You might as well call it a block of ice.
Well, that's what it's called in the Bible. Okay, it's called the firmament, so that's why I'm using that word.
In the Bible, Rose, if you translate firmament, what does it mean? Does it mean sand? Does it mean ice? What does it mean?
People has found pieces of it, so it said it's kind of like ice, I guess would be, but a lot more stronger than that. Yes,
Right, so
crystal. I don't freaking know, dude.
Okay, Rose.
No idea.
Rose,
Hold on a second. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Where are you going, Rose? You going for a smoke?
I don't know, but fucking I don't like. I can't stand it.
This is the thing with religious people and people who believe things like this. I'm always talking on my page about the atrophy in the brain that's caused from religious people. There's a lot of religious people that as children, when they are taught the story of the Bible, they actually have real long-lasting brain damage from it. And this atrophy in the brain, in the hippocampus, actually makes it hard for them to distinguish between reality and fiction, and their brain won't even allow them to have that in their mind. So if you're throwing things at them that are actual fact, their brain just won't pick it up, and it's because they actually literally have brain damage.
Are you saying if you read the Bible?
But I mean, I don't think the Earth is flat.
Well, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. You guys asked me. I'm not. I don't go into Hangouts and bring this up. We'll talk about it on my own personal Hangout I do on YouTube.
That's fine. Like I told you, I don't want you to think this is a hostile Hangout. By all means,
no, it's fine.
Drunk fun.
I'm just saying. I usually don't bring it up. It's always brought up to me first. I'm not trying to convince anybody anything. You don't have to. I mean, you could totally think of. I don't care what whatever you think, you think. I respect people for whatever they believe. That's fine. I don't care.
Rose, do you believe the firmament's made out of ice then?
I don't know what it's made of. Why don't you look it up and tell me? How about that?
Can we meet?
There's no way the Google comes up negative. How can I look something up when it doesn't give me an answer?
Bulldog, let's move on, please. Thank you. Anyone else?
Because you have to have faith.
Hey, Rose, have you got any ice cubes in your fridge?
What the? Really? Bulldog? Really?
You're so stupid.
I love it.
I can't help it.
What does that have to do with the conversation?
Well, we're talking about the firmament.
Yeah, the firmament.
He's just being a smart ass. That's all.
I know I love smartasses. I'm a smartass myself, but yeah. I think I've seen you in Hangouts before, Rose. That's why I recognize you. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Oh yeah, nice to meet you. You're very nice.
Thank you. And I did meant what I said. I don't want you thinking it's a hostile atheist hangout, but by all means, if you have a subject you want to bring up, go ahead. That's for
This is the nicest atheist hangout I've been in. I mean, people want to make fun of me or what I believe or stuff like that and talk shit. It doesn't even bother me. I'm secure.
This may be the liquor talking, but I'm actually more cool when I drink. I mean, I may disagree with your position, but yeah, I don't want you thinking this is hostile or anything.
No, I've been in worse. Thank you, though.
Okay, you're welcome. By the way, to the 2 viewers who are watching this, the link is public if you want to come in. We have 3 new people I've never talked to before. Armchair Revolution, what's your story?
Oh man, I'm just kind of like I got just randomly invited to this thing. She knew sent me an invite, and she popped in. I'm kind of agnostic, man. I have nothing against like moderate Christians or whatever. Just extremists, of course. Like they're fucking crazy, but you believe what the fuck you want to believe, as long as you're not trying to force anybody to believe any shit. And I kind of have these kind of I kind of have this agnostic view of the Bible. Like there's a lot of wisdom in there, but I just don't believe it's a literal story.
Okay. I think Max Einhardt. I think that's your name. What's your story?
Oh, I just followed Armchair Revolutionary in here. I
Oh.
don't. I'm kind of. I try not to hold beliefs or whatever, but I still believe in a order, a universal order or whatever. You know, like
Alright.
yeah, like a God of Spinoza or whatever.
Alrighty.
Not like the Christian God per se though. So
Oh, no
nice to meet
problem.
you guys.
I've just never talked to you before. That's why I was asking. Whatever that means.
Nice. What's your name?
Uh, Atheist Ranger. I'm not
Green
giving out
Ranger.
my name yet.
No, yeah. So Green Ranger.
Atheist Ranger.
Gotcha. Atheist Ranger.
Nice. Atheist Ranger.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a big Power Rangers fan. You should, 8-year-old me would have loved that avatar.
I know, but I mean, I'm a small time anime fan, so that's probably where I get it from. I mean, I think recently the Power Rangers have become comic books. If anyone's interested, but who else?
No, I mean, I haven't watched them I haven't watched it in years, man. I haven't. The only Power Ranger shit I've watched recently is the Bat and the Sun, kind of remixes where they take the guy, the same actor, the White Ranger actor, and they made him fight Mortal Kombat guy or something. Anyway,
Oh yeah, I think it was a Superpower Beatdown.
Superpower Beatdown. Yeah.
There was also another one where I think it was the Green Ranger versus Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah, they've had several of them. Yeah, they had both of the main ones.
Yeah, they have a lot of them. I think there's like 17 episodes so far.
Yeah.
Platinum, what's your story, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, Platinum's not there.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I was just getting to know people I've never talked to.
Yeah, and me and Max we're coming from a big Tao chat room kind of thing more than I'm more on the MGTOW shit right now than atheist shit, you know?
Yep.
Hey, can I say something here? I never did not intend to make fun of anyone's beliefs or anything like that. I respect all beliefs and everything, and I just want to be clear about that.
Well, this is kind of not a religious hangout. I mean, this is not like an atheist versus religious hangout. This is just a drunken hangout where we can have fun. But I respect people's beliefs too. My only problem is with extremists or hardcore ones. That's pretty much it. Like most atheists.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have extreme view. Actually, I think that all women are the devil, and that the God is the woman in the Bible is actually that Satan's actually the devil is a woman. That's why. That's what.
Well, I can kind of relate because I recently came out as bisexual, so I can sort of jokingly see that point.
Right? No, yeah, no, man. I just can't love a man, but I totally respect that. I have no problem with what you want to do. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's
what's
three.
the topic?
There's 3 MGTOWs in here. I'm MGTOW, and Armchair's MGTOW, and Max is MGTOW.
There is no set topic tonight. It is an open topic. If you guys have a topic that you would like to discuss, by all means discuss it.
How many of us are
way too drunk to have an actual topic? So by all means, be my guest.
How many of us are YouTubers?
I am.
Okay. How all of us are we making videos? Are all of us making videos? Everybody in here?
For anyone else, but I am, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard about the new hashtag WTFU. Where's the fair use? YouTube's been going around allowing people to flag people's channels. They started the bullshit a long time ago, actually, but it's actually been getting worse. And there's religious people that go around and flag Christians. Christians are going around flagging atheist videos, and atheist channels. If you get more than 3 of those, you can only fight 3 at a time, but you can get 100 of them, which means your channel can be put on hold. It can actually be deleted, and you have to wait 30 days before you can get it back on. And they set up a system to where basically it's lose for us and win for them, because they don't get it. If they do like false claims, it doesn't. They're not going to get any punishment for making false claims. They can run around the internet, and every channel they see that talks about atheism or talks about women or talks about something they don't like, they can flag it and make a copyright claim if they want. And if their copyright claim is found to be false, they don't get any punishment for that. So there's companies running around the internet fucking with everybody's stuff, taking their money. Like if you do a video, like say you do a music video, and you completely rearrange a song where it might have been a Celine Dion song, and you completely rearrange it to where it's a death metal song, they'll go and they'll make a copyright claim, say that you're using her song when it's actually just her words made as a death metal song, and they'll take the money from the song, and you'll have to fight, and it might take 30 days for them to fight it, and then once they find out that it's not true, they can refile the claim, which means you have another 30 days that you have to wait. So they can keep fucking with you like that, and while you're doing that, all the views that you're getting are actually going to them and the money. And they've been doing that for a while, and that's with this Fine Brothers thing that has just came out. A lot of people are starting to get pissed off about it. And the other day, a guy made a video called #WTFU, and that's where all this started to come out about. So if you guys get on the online, and I've actually done a video on it, and I'm starting to hashtag on Twitter and everything like that. We need to like flood the YouTube with it, and flood like Facebook and Twitter with it, and get YouTube to realize that they need to start using their claims in the appropriate way and stop using it against us. Because I feel that the laws should be there to protect us from the big companies, not the companies from us, because they don't need protection from us. They got billions of dollars. You know, a multi-million-dollar movie company doesn't need protection from some guy that has 500 people on his channel watching, 60 views on each video that he makes. They come against guys like that, which is completely retarded.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't, send both out of you. But if any Christian or Muslim or any religious person has a problem with me, they can go fuck themselves.
Well, I think he was talking about the corporate vampirism.
Yeah, it's the corporations just taking over and using their power to throw their weight around.
Well, they started doing it when Google bought YouTube. That's when it got worse, because they made the DMCA claim thing, and when they did that, they made it to where that was supposed to protect the people putting up videos. They basically made it to where YouTube wasn't responsible. That was up to the people who were putting the content on their site. They couldn't control it because there were so many people. So they did a legal claim like that, which allowed YouTube to be like, it's not their fault. They're not part of it. And it was a way for them to keep. It was a way for them.
They flagged like all my shit, bro.
Yeah, there's a way for them to keep all that stuff away from them, and they did it to try to help people still be able to do their videos. But the problem is for the last about 6 years, they've been slowly eroding away content creators' ability to make content, and by doing that, they're slowly getting to the point where it's hard for you to put up videos. Like I was talking on my video that I did, where if you do a video, I did a 15-second grab with my broadcaster of the movie Dumb and Dumber, where Jeff Daniels is on the toilet shitting, and he has no dialogue, and I grabbed it with my broadcaster, and I loaded it to YouTube. And when I did that, that was a copyright claim. So the sound of somebody having diarrhea is copyrighted. You know, this is what they've done now with they have a Google deal that actually looks through people's videos and can find out what the copyright claim is, and they put a copyright on it. And I can't even put those videos after they copyright them like that. When you first load them up, you can't even put them into the YouTube editor to chop them down to like a 5-second clip so that you can throw it on your video as a funny thing. They won't even allow you to do that. You can't do anything with it. You have to just delete it off your channel.
Wow. So they're really going to stop over now.
There's no point. There's like no point in making content.
Yeah. They've made it so hard. They've actually, it used to be, I came on YouTube about 9 years ago, and it used to be kind of like you would come on and it was very easy for people to find you. You could make some videos that people thought was funny, and you could get, 10,000 people on your channel pretty quickly. And they've actually made it harder and harder for that to happen. And they're also making it harder and harder for people to make videos that they just want to like do something that to them might be funny. And when you're making videos like that, and you're constantly getting better at your craft. So you're making a video, and everybody starts out making videos where they're talking to the camera is kind of like hard and all that stuff. And as you've done it longer and longer, you start to get funnier about it. You start to learn what people think is funny that you're doing, and you do it more and more. You come up with a little catch thing and all this stuff. What they're doing is they're stifling creativity to not allow people to even get to that
And
point.
think about the reaction videos, man. Even like whether it's Tyrone Magnus, a black YouTuber, or just or until the Fine Bros did their shenanigans and got fucked up finally, they take the whole entire video, watch Batman vs. Superman trailer, and then they react to the whole entire video, and they don't never get taken down. But someone critiques a mainstream news story and says bullshit, they get flagged immediately.
Yeah.
They also have their darlings. It's like they've chosen the people that they want, and then they've made it much harder, and they like sequester other people and give them a hard time,
Well, that's why you get guys with 500 people on their channel that they fuck with really hard, but then they don't fuck with people like Joey Graceffa, or PewDiePie, or that one blonde bimbo from fucking California, the Trisha Fatass, Trisha Fatass and stuff. They don't fuck with people like that because they got like a couple million views and they get views on their channel, and those people actually make them money. And that's why they don't want to fuck with those people. But when you're looking at somebody that has like 500 or 1,000 or even 10,000 or 20,000 people on their channel, that's small potatoes for them, and they're not actually making a lot of money. They might make maybe $5,000 or $6,000 off of you per year if they're lucky. So they don't really care about you. So if you have something to say about anything they're doing with you and how they're fucking with you, then you can go get fucked. They don't care.
Yeah, Trisha deep-throated a banana on her channel, and then that other girl, Christy, the one with the big tits, she did that, and then she got like flagged or whatever for something like sexually inappropriate content. I don't know, but like Trisha does it, and it's like cool,
Well, the thing is everybody's on studio, everybody has like agents that take care of them, and like we all have these people when you're YouTubers that they send you things to join their little studio, and I'm part of one of those. But there's one studio, or I think two or three studios, main studios that deal with the big guys like PewDiePie and them guys that handle them. So when they get these copyright claims and stuff, they have lawyers on staff and all that stuff, and they can shoot them down really quickly. Normal people like us don't have that kind of cash, and our studios and stuff that are taking care of our shit don't give a fuck about us. They're just trying to make money off of your YouTube by you making content, and they fucking get money off you. So we don't have that kind of backing. So that's why they can do almost anything they want. You know, they could run by camera naked, and YouTube wouldn't do anything. You know, so that's the thing. And the thing is they got popular and they got famous from the way YouTube used to be. You know, like TJ, the Amazing Atheist. He got popular from when I started out. I found him from him making response videos. He would get on Christians' response videos, and my YouTube channel started out. Actually, the name on my YouTube channel, my main page, is Zombie Desert Deity, and my original page was an atheist page, and I would get on these Christian sites and I would just rail against them, and I would make videos and talk about like atheism. And I found him in the comment sections where he would make response videos, and I would watch his response videos. That's how he got famous, and that's how you used to get people to know who you were. People could find your videos very easy, and now they've made it harder and harder and harder, and they've actually taken a lot of the little channels and they throw them in the bottom, you know, to where you have to like dig through the trash can all the way to the bottom to find these small channels that are just starting out.
Right, they're sequester. It's like they sequester them to where they'll never be seen.
Yeah, they push the narrative that the guys that are big are the ones you really want to watch, and the guys are big because they've been on YouTube for 8 or 9 years, like me, and they've been doing content since when it was easy to be found, and that's why they got big. That's why they got 1 million views. In other cases, something that's really easy to spot is if you look at people that are doing videos that have, like say somebody has, this is what typically happens to most, and this is how you see it. Most people say you got 1 million subs on your channel, and you put out a video, and it's been up for 3 days, and you look on the view count, and it has like 980,000 views, and it's got like 160,000 likes. You know, when you see that, that's a red flag, because typically what happens is about 1/7 to 1/8 of the people that actually subscribe to your channel don't even like watch your videos. They watched one video, they thought it was funny, they subbed, they watched another one of your videos like a month later. You know, so most people don't even watch your videos. So if you have a million people, you'll be lucky if you get about 100,000 views off each video you do. You know, so when you see these channels that have like 1 million subs and then they got like 1 million views, that tells you right away that they're probably buying those views and they're buying their likes, and that's how a lot of people have to get recognized now. So they'll put out a channel, they'll have a studio working with them, like somebody like Joey Graceffa or his boyfriend or something like that, where they're trying to get a big channel quickly. So they jump on somebody's channel that's already big, they do a video, and then they say, go subscribe to him. And then he goes on a bunch of these different people's channels, and then they buy views. If you pay like $5,000, you can get like 1 million views, and you can get like 1 million subs, and you can get like a bunch of stuff. If you pay about $5,000 to these channels, which YouTube says is illegal, but YouTube actually is part of it. YouTube actually makes money off of that, and they're actually running those. I got on when I found out about the Fine Brothers. I got on a site, and I found these things that are part of YouTube that say #sports, #gaming, #cats, stuff like that. And they had 77 million subs on the channel. But when you went on the channel, there was no content, there was no friends, there was nothing on the channel, no visits, nothing. Nobody was even on the channel. It was just people subbed to the channel. And these are the channels that these people buy. They go on there, they pay $5,000, they just start their channel, and all of a sudden, a week after they've started the channel, they've already got 800,000 subs. You know, and that's the way that a lot of these guys are getting big now, which makes it hard for little guys that are coming in still thinking YouTube is the way it was 7 years ago, where you can come on, you can slowly build your channel up, but they've blocked it. So there's like a glass ceiling, and you can't even see through it. You know. So the only way you can get there is if you have that kind of backing that will allow you to jump to the next plateau to get you to 50 or 60,000 views.
Oh, I agree. At this point, people are just buying their subscribers. I mean, that's just not my style. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, for you to even get big, if you do that, you have to have content. And that's what a lot of these guys do, these friends of Joey Graceffa and people like that. They'll actually have funny content that's actually wrote by other people. You know, they'll have a bunch of friends and they'll kind of collab and they'll say, like, I should do a YouTube video of something like this, and they'll kind of all get together and they'll come up with ideas. Then they'll make a video and it's actually produced by a studio in California or someplace like in New York or something like that. And it's actually good content that normally probably would have got them, 100,000 subs, but this place has like 1.7 million subs, So it just shows you right away that there's no reason for it to become so big. A lot of channels you'll watch, and the content is just like stupid. Like even like that blonde bimbo Trisha Fatass. If you watch her videos, she's a blonde bimbo fucking idiot. There's no reason for her to be popular. She doesn't do anything that makes her popular. But she's huge, and she's been on YouTube for a long time, and people for some reason think she's good, and I think she's fucking horrible, and I don't understand why she should even be above 1 million subs. She should be somewhere around maybe 300,000 or 400,000 subs.
She fucking sucks. She sucks ass.
I think she bought most of the shit.
Well, she's not even like hot, so it's like, why isn't anyone
No,
even
she's
watching her?
gross. Yeah, she's gross. She's fucking nasty, bro.
It's like, okay,
Well,
there's
she was hot a long time ago, but she has such a shitty diet, and she got fatter and fatter and fatter. Like when she first moved to California, that was like, it was like 6-7 years ago. She was actually a model. If you look at some of her old videos that she did and her old pictures, she was actually pretty cute. She was a skinny girl. She was only like 20, 21. But then she came to like Hollywood, and she started eating like Taco Bell and McDonald's and all this shit. And she's putting all that shit on her channel, eating donuts, and people think it's funny. And I think people, it's kind of funny because I think people are doing it on purpose. Because people are like, when she's really hot like that, there's all these people that are kind of jealous of her. And they'd get on her channel and they'd say like, you should go eat donuts. You should, kind of like a wife does to her husband. Once a wife gets married, she'll have some guy with a six-pack, and she'll want him to get a little bit fatter so that other women don't want him. So a lot of these girls out there are trying, they know she's really cute and she's dating like stars and stuff like this, so they want her to like fall, and they want her to not be pretty. So they're like saying like, hey, you should go eat at KFC, and so she started going out and eating all this crappy food and gaining weight, and now she's just a big fat fucking vapid blonde bimbo trying to be Pamela Anderson.
That's strange, bro.
Who's this Lily Singh? Is she popular?
Never heard of her.
Me either. She's on the IMDb page on her movie's called Unicorn Island. I just never heard of her. I thought maybe y'all even know who these YouTubers are. I don't know who the hell they are.
Hey, I'm gonna go to bed, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, man. I'm going to bed too soon. I'm going to bed too soon. 2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why. Like, maybe it's like some guys just want to look at a hot chick and they just don't want to see like porn.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they want to look at a hot chick. There's a lot hotter chicks than Trisha Fatass.
I know.
I don't know why they would think, that's something you'd want to see. Because it's nothing I would want to see.
No, man. I get why this Lily Singh is popular. She's like big rack and shit, and like fairly skinny.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Trisha Fatass is actually, she's got a big rack too, but it was paid for. She got a bunch of like plastic surgery, and they did her lips, and now she's got this huge, everybody's trying to look like Angelina Jolie, and she just ended up, now she looks like fucking weird. She looks like one of those California girls that has way too much surgery done.
Yeah, Janet Dickinson syndrome. Just totally like fake, artificial.
Yeah.
Like Angelina Jolie, at least she naturally looked that way, just naturally had big lips for some reason.
Well, this is that side I was talking about, where you see here the Fine Bros, and they actually did this. They had a bunch of Google bots running around trying to fuck with them, because I looked before this happened. Actually, I'd seen before. They used to actually have 5.7 million subs. And when this controversy hit, within like 24 hours, they dropped like 1 million subs. And they tried to make it look like they only had 4.2 million subs, so they could kind of like make it look like it wasn't as bad as it was. And you can see here, I've put in 90 days. In the last 90 days, they say it began with 13.9. So everybody was saying they had 4.3. So where's this in the last 90 days? Why is it 13.9? And now they're saying it's 13.5, and they've only lost 340,000. But actually, they've lost 2.8 million. So they're trying to make it look like it's not as bad as it is. But if you look down here, you'll notice right here, #sports. 76 million subs, right? So if I click on that, that's 76 million subs. You'll notice right here, subscribers, 76,114,000 subs. Views, 0. Uploads, 0. Friends, 0. Subscriptions, 0.
What are these topical channels? I mean, are they where they launder their views from?
That's where they get their views from. A lot of these people when they buy their channels, because there's a bunch of this shit.
Like money laundering.
Yeah, if you look, like that's #sports. Now we got down here #gaming. So like, say if you're PewDiePie and you want to buy views, like you put up a new gaming video and you want a lot of people to come watch your channel, so you buy 20 million views and 20 million likes and like all this kind of stuff. And that's what they do. This is where they get it from. And then YouTube says like it's illegal for them to do that or whatever, but this is actually part of YouTube, and this is how they make cash. They get these big YouTubers to pay them to give them channel views and subs. Another one, here we go. This is #gaming. So this is for all the big time gamers that are trying to buy views. They go to #gaming and they buy views. It has another 77 million subs. There's 0 views, 0 uploads, 0 friends, 0 subscriptions.
Wow.
So how are you having 77 million, almost 78 million people subbed to you, yet you have absolutely no content?
Yeah, that's just where they get their views from, their sub count from.
Yeah. If you look through all of these, you'll see like this is 77 million. You'll see like down here for the cat videos. This is what's even funnier. Everybody thinks cat videos are really popular. Well, they have 4 million subs here, and if you click on #cats, it's the same thing. There's like no videos right here. There's no views, no uploads, no friends, no subscriptions, and there's 4 million subs.
They just started that Twitter-esque hashtag a subject, didn't they? And that's how they're laundering. That's how Google's laundering the views.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of these guys are getting big. Like here's one for gaming as well. Minecraft, 9,600,000 subs. Right? So you click on that, and again you'll see the same thing. These are people that like Minecraft, so they're playing Minecraft on YouTube, and they're wanting to get views on their channel, so they pay like $50 or $100 to a subscription service, and they get like 100,000 subs, and they get like 50,000 views. They get like likes. They can buy likes. They can buy all that stuff, so it gets them higher in the Google registry, and this is where they're getting it from. And this is actually part of YouTube, and it's one of those things where it's a bait and switch. YouTube says like that's illegal, we don't allow that, but YouTube's actually the ones doing this because they're making money off of the people that are big on YouTube, and they want to make as much money as they can off of people making content. So they're taking your AdSense. In the last 2 years, they've made it to where they actually take 50% of your AdSense. We've lost 50% of what we used to make. Where you might do a video and get, say, 1,000 views. Off that 1,000 views, you might only make 50 cents. Now you're making 25 cents. And then on top of that, if you do get to 1 million views and 1 million subs on your channel, they're going to take half of your profit, and then they're going to make you pay them to get more views and more subs so that you can get your channel bigger. So they're making money coming and going, and that's why they're able to do this and why they don't care. They say like, oh, it's illegal, you can't do that. But they only shut down the channels that aren't part of their service.
Yeah.
Because there's channels there's channels that have came out on YouTube where they get a bunch of people together that are like YouTube people, content creators that want to get other people big, and like how YouTube used to be, and they get them all together in a content creator space off of YouTube, and then you come in there and you become part of it, and you go on other people's channels and you like them, you watch their videos, and you kind of like become like friends like that. And they have this service where thousands upon thousands of people get on these services to give other people kind of a lift up, and you don't have to pay. And YouTube goes in and shuts those people down because that's not making them any money, you know. So that's why they say, like, it's illegal, you can't do that. It's only legal if it's one of YouTube's services that are offering views and subs. You know,
Yeah.
they're dirty. They're fucking dirty.
They're corrupt as hell.
They're fucking riding. They're riding dirty. They're riding dirty.
Yeah, pardon me, guys. I had to interrupt this, but I have some of my own to screen share. I got. Hope I'm not torturing you guys here, but I got Glenn Beck here for you, which I find rather amusing. Well, I always find him rather amusing, I should say.
I just, I was listening to you guys, and I just wanted to say, Pat, I think an answer for you on that, because I did the same thing. I first thought, what? Oh, hey, God, thank you,
Nice.
thank you for that. And then
Is this in his house?
I remembered.
Looks like it's in his living room.
I don't know.
Looks like
I
he's
don't
doing
know,
his
man. Looks like
He
Looks like
came
a
on
living room or
somebody's show
something.
the other night and he said he was fired from CNN because he was talking about God. And I was like, yeah, I can see that.
No, it's Fox News.
Yeah. It's like, yeah,
No,
I
it's Fox News, which is ridiculous.
yeah, that's what's funny. Like, he got fired from Fox News for talking about God, and they'd like to fuck God in the ass if they could.
No, that's not true at all. I mean, the reason he got fired is because I think his show lost advertisement or something. That's why he got fired.
The same thing that I felt when Sandy hit. And I remember we were trying to go up and help campaign that weekend for Mitt Romney. Remember that?
Yep.
And we couldn't go up. We couldn't get any flights up. And then they were walking on the beach like two lovers. And I thought to myself, thank you, Lord, I appreciate that. What is your plan?
Yeah.
So I don't want to assume that I know his plan, but I will tell you this. I thought when this happened, after I got past the thank you, I thought, you're welcome. I just woke the American people up. I took them out of the game show moment and woke enough of them up to say, look at how close your liberty is to being lost. You now have lost your liberty. You replace one guy, and you now have 5-4 decisions in the other direction. And just with this one guy, you've lost your liberty. So you better elect somebody that's going to put somebody on, because for the next 30 years, if you don't, the Constitution, as you know it, Pat, you and I have said this for a long time, the Constitution is hanging by a thread. That thread has just been cut. And the only way that we survive now is if we have a true constitutionalist.
Okay, that's not Ted Cruz, you fucking moron.
Nope. No, what they mean is, like, if we have a true Christian. That's some psychobabble bullshit that he fucking, believes in religion, and he believes in flat earth, and he believes in all the crazy shit that one chick just was talking about. Like, if they believe the Bible is like 100% true, that's the only way you can have like a real country, which is completely stupid. It's like if you're if you're a complete slave to the Bible, then you can. That's the only way you can be true and free. It's like that doesn't make any sense. The only way you can be free is if you're a slave. You know.
Yeah,
No,
it's
Ted
1984.
Cruz is also an open theocrat. I mean, him and his father deny the fact that there's a separation of church and state in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
He
they
looks
tried
like
to
a
say like all
retard.
the founding fathers were Christians. You know,
They
they try to
weren't.
say they
They were
always want to say
deists.
that shit, and
They were
they were actually agnostic, all of them. You know.
They
They
call
were
them
deists at
deists.
the most.
Deists.
I mean, go ahead, armchair.
I'm just saying they're deists. I thought they were pretty much deists, and that Thomas, was it Thomas Jefferson? He took out all the miracles out of the Bible and shit. So he just
Yeah.
made it into a philosophy book, essentially.
Well, the thing is they had just came from England, and they were fighting against England, and they were fighting against the Church of England, which was Catholic, you know. So they didn't want to start the new country, United States, under a Christian theocracy. So they wanted to like get rid of that. So that's why they made the Constitution, and that's why the very first doctrine in the Constitution was freedom from church, you know. They didn't want to have any religion in it because they didn't want it to devolve into what England is, you know, where they have the Church of England. They didn't want it to devolve into that, and that's what's funny about all these people who are trying to say like all the first founders were Christian. They may have been, but they wrote the Constitution to get rid of it because they didn't want that to be the reason somebody was Christian.
Even if you're Christian, you don't want a Catholic oppressing you and saying you have to go to Mass every day. If you only want to celebrate church on Sunday morning and they want to celebrate it at 9 a.m. on Sunday, you don't even want another Christian doesn't want to be oppressed by another Christian. So definitely a non-believer doesn't want to be oppressed. Or a person that believes
That's why they made the Constitution the way they made it, you know. It's basically free for everybody. It's free from religion, and it's the religion is free from everyone else. So you don't have any right to oppress people because of their religion, but you also don't have the right to oppress people because of their religion. So that's why they made it like that. They made it equal. It's free. You're equal to do whatever you want as long as you don't try to press that shit on other people, and as long as you don't try to affect other people's lives with your beliefs. Then you're fine. And that's why they set it up like that. But religious people are trying to say like, no, they were all Christian and they didn't believe in Muslim, they didn't believe in anything. They just wanted Christianity, and it had to be white Anglo-Saxon Christians, you know. And they have this idea that that's the way the Constitution was wrote, and it wasn't.
It's obvious when you read it. It's obvious that it was not written that way.
Also, I think one of the main reasons that the founding fathers fled England was for that very same reason, was because of religious persecution. Back, you know, the Church of England had power over the government, which they didn't want.
Exactly. And they still have power. That's the thing. The Church of England still has a lot to do with what goes on in England. You know, even though they want to act like it doesn't. Like they try to say like the Prime Minister of England has everything, you know, is really in control of England, and actually the Queen doesn't have any control. They say the same thing here in Japan, and it's not the truth. They say that like the Emperor here in Japan doesn't have any control over what goes on in the parliaments here, and that's bullshit. You know, they still do. You know, so they try to act like that with America, and they wanted America to not be like that. And the Christians are that's what's really funny, is like the Christians seem to really want America to be like England. And that's why we're having this idea now of having a dynasty, where they're trying to make like they don't look at the fact that the government is supposed to be for the people, by the people, of the people. And they don't understand how we've had Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, and now we're going to go back to Clinton or Bush. You know, they don't understand, like, for the last like 25 years we've had a Bush or a Clinton in office besides Obama. And that's it. It's like 1991.
Death anyway.
You know?
Since I've been alive.
Yeah, since like 1991. We've only had 8 years where we didn't have a Clinton or a Bush in office. You know? So they're trying to get a dynasty. They want a dynasty over here, and or in America, they want a dynasty where it's like England, where we have a queen and a king, and we're going to continue to elect Clintons and Bushes. And there's enough dumb people that think that that's a good thing, that they really want that kind of dynasty, and they want that thing, and they don't understand that that's not what America was founded on. You know, like I always talk about, when was the last time a welder was a president? You know, when was the last time a fireman was a president? You know, when was the last time a police officer was a president? Or do presidents usually come from the military service, or do they usually come from the lawyer? You know, they're all lawyers. You know, and that's not supposed to be the way America was. They're supposed to be people that are by the people, of the people, and for the people. But if they don't know anything about your life, how can they represent you? Most of these people come from very rich families, and their first car was a limousine. And they went to Harvard and Stanford and Yale and Princeton and Oxford, and they don't know anything about your life. They grew up in private schools. They had their richy friends their whole life. They never had to worry about, if they were going to have dinner tonight. They never had to worry about what their first car was going to be, if they were going to even get into college. They never had to worry about any things that you had to deal with in their life. So they don't understand that. So when you come on to the Congress and you start telling them about your life and how hard it is for you, they don't even understand it. So they can't represent you. People like that can't represent us because they don't know what you're going through in your life. They've never experienced that. You can't tell a billionaire about your life and expect him to relate. He doesn't know what you're talking about. He's never been there. It's like you trying to, tell about your life to a African Aborigine or something. When you go talk to somebody about what it's like in New York, and they live in Africa, and they're part of some tribe that goes out and hunts lions, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you can explain it to them, but they're like, I don't know let's go hunt a lion. They don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, and that's what people don't understand. When you elect these dynasties, they don't care about you, and they don't care what you think, and they don't care about your life, because they only know their life and their friends and the people they grew up with, and that's who they're going to protect. They're going to protect those people, and that's why people need to stop electing these people. If you went to Princeton, Yale, Stanford, you grew up in a richy family, and you were one of the JKs and stuff, where you're part of the Kennedy clan or something like that, they need to stop electing people like that. You should be immediately disqualified if that's the case.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm gonna go to bed, man. It's good talking to y'all.
Oh, no problem. I'm about to get the live feed anyway. Excuse me.
Cool.